the publication is a critical aspect of a graphic design, or for that matter, communication design. If you want to evolve as a visual communication designer, you should have a good understanding about publication design, and you need to know the nuances of publication design. So let me take you through this particular project, which is going to demonstrate how publication design is constructed and how do you produce the results. In this case, we were just making a dummy publication just to show that how you can conceive ideas, how do you put together information, whether pictorial or written information. How do you create that uniqueness in the publication? Of course, this is a learning stage. A lot of work is happening, like you're literally cutting, pasting, and seeing all the possible compositions. You're even composing paragraphs, headlines, and visuals in the given premises, whatever that area you have. And here is one example. You can see this particular publication is about a structure or building. The same building, if you take a three extreme proportions, if you compose on a page, it gives a nicer artistic feel. Anyway, you're getting the gist of it, chance of it, and this is a nice composition you can see here. There's another composition. Both buildings are made out of bricks, but one has got a heritage, an old world, another is modern. So you started seeing that initially you need to develop your understanding. Once you have an adequate amount of understanding of publication, now you can move into crafting the final version of the publication. Of course, whenever we start our projects, we document extensively because this is a subject which you are inculcating. You need to understand nuances. You do analysis of existing publication, try to understand what is working, what is not working. If something is looking unique, try to decode the reason behind it. Yeah? So it's always better to do a thorough research, understand the nuances of that particular aspect. Look at this one. There's a visual has got this arc, so the designer tried to use that part in the composition as well. Once again, in this composition you can see big square, the smallest. So having these contrasts work fantastic. So this is a rough version of the publication called Bricks, and this is a final version which I'm sharing with you. This publication is called Bricks by Bricks. Of course, it is celebrating the subject bricks and bricks buildings. Here you can see this magazine starts with history of a bricks. Bricks has got a huge history, many thousands of years of history. But bricks is still a modern material for modern buildings. So even though it has been there, it is a part of a culture, it's a part of civilization, but still it is used in a modern structure as well. So this is a modern structure. Very recently this construction is done and completed, won many awards. They extensively used bricks, and these were the architect of the structure of London School building structure. So one of the interesting things about bricks is there are a good number of buildings in London. They use bricks as a cladding material or outside wall of the structure. And when they are kind of using it artistically. Here you see the Tate Modern new building use of bricks. But if you see the color variation, like deep brown bricks to light, and it keeps going lighter and lighter. So you got that shade aspect. This is another way of using bricks. This is a church, but outside wall, if you look at how interestingly they used it. So you got the point. So in a publication, of course, you take a subject on that particular subject, or whole publication is dedicated, and then you collect needful information around that topic. Once you have a needful information, you compose that in the form of a publication. So this is a good example how you developing understanding of publication helps you to craft a publication design. So this is that new building, London School of Economics. So that's it in this conversation.